Are you looking for the best dog grooming gloves in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best dog grooming gloves. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the CheerMaker Pet Grooming Glove. The actual grooming mitt on this option from CheerMaker is attached to a pair of regular gloves, rather than integrated into them. This makes them extremely stiff and robs you of much of your dexterity, while also making them more likely to fall apart. They do have an abundance of rubber tips, though, so they can capture quite a bit of hair. Of course, since they're so bulky, the problem is reaching the hair in the first place, especially in tight spaces. There's an awkward opening near the thumb that seems to offer little in the way of functionality while leaving more of your skin exposed to scratches and bites. The Velcro strap on the wrist keeps the gloves on your hands, but does little to stop them from moving side to side as you stroke your dog. The CheerMakers could likely rise quite a few spots on this list if they made a few changes, as we like how many rubber tips they have and how much hair they can capture. As presently constructed, though, they're too awkward and bulky to warrant much more than the number 9 spot on these rankings. Moving on at number 4. We have the Bissell Shedding Grooming Gloves. Animals seem to love the Bissell 2577X, as both dogs and cats alike will beg to be petted while you're wearing them. Unfortunately, they're not as good for actually removing hair. The problem is that the nodules are very short, so they only remove the fur that's closest to the surface. If you have a dog with an especially thick coat, much of the undercoat will be left untouched. They tend to just glance over thick mats and tangles as well. If you have a shorter coated dog, though, they might be enough to get the job done, but even still you'll likely have to work very hard to make a dent. One thing the Bissells are good for, however, is introducing your dog to the grooming process. Since he'll likely enjoy it when you use these, you can use them to get him acclimated to being brushed before switching to one of the more effective mitts shown above. At number 3, we have the Pet Magasin Grooming Gloves. The Pet Magasin gloves were designed for use on virtually all pets, including cats, horses, and more. As a result, they end up being not as good as some other models that were solely intended for use on canines. Made of thick polyester, they can shield your hands from scratches and nips if your pup suddenly decides he's had enough grooming for one day. The long nodules can really penetrate through thick coats, helping to dislodge dirt and dander. However, once all that dirt and hair is dislodged, it just goes everywhere. The gloves trap very little fur, letting it get all over you and the surrounding area. As a result, they're hardly suitable for indoor use. The thick material also makes them incredibly hot, so you may not want to use them in the summer. The flip side of that, of course, is that they're great for icy winter days, so it may be worth keeping a pair for those months alone. At number 2, we have the Pet Thunder Pet Grooming Glove. The Pet Thunder GB-G0011 looks like an oven mitt with spikes, and its large size enables you to cover wide swaths of fur in a single stroke. That's good for dogs that don't care for being groomed because at least it gets the whole process finished quickly. It's equally suitable for use on wet fur, making it a useful addition to your pup's next bath. The removal process is gentle even if the hair is matted or tangled. While there's a strap on the wrist to help the glove conform to your hand, it can only do so much, and the glove slips a lot. There's also a limited amount of brush real estate, and what's there fills up rapidly, so you'll have to frequently empty it. However, that process is quick and painless. Overall, the Pet Thunder GB-G0011 isn't quite as good as the DeLoMo, but it's also a fraction of the DeLoMo's price. As a result, it's not quite enough to earn the top spot, but it certainly qualifies as the best dog grooming glove for the money. And finally at number 1, we have the DeLoMo Grooming Glove. The silicone tips on the DeLoMo 002 are soft and pliable, which gives your dog a nice, reassuring massage with every swipe. Despite their forgiving construction, they still manage to snag an impressive amount of fur with every pass. There are 2 gloves per order, and each mitt is one size fits all. This allows you to slip them on in a flash, which can be helpful if your dog is still skittish about being groomed. The gloves give you a remarkably natural range of motion, so you won't feel like you're wearing a plastic cage over your hands. This lets you dig into hard-to-reach places, like around the tail or armpits. If there's one thing we'd improve on the DeLoMo 2, it's that hair is difficult to remove from the gloves themselves. This can slow you down, but it's also an indication of just how much fur the gloves remove. As long as you're willing to tolerate. Thanks you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video is helpful to you, please make sure like, comment and subscribe. If you have any question related to this product, you can leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible.